All right. Are we live? Can you hear me, Layla? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another reading for Green Buffalo Productions Quarantine Quarters. My name is Maddie. I am one of the co-founders of Green Buffalo Productions. I'm on the stream right now with our wonderful cast, as well as my partner and other co-founder, Ellen Shearer. A little bit about us. We're producers, playwrights, actors, directors, the whole bag of tricks here in Buffalo, New York. And Green Buffalo Productions um, is a local theater company that started in April of 2018, and we produce local work around the area. So we're here to bring you some new plays that were written within 48 hours last week. With a couple of different prompts that some writers really went above and beyond. We got a lot of very whimsical plays this time around. I was very impressed and loved it a lot. So without further ado, let's move on. We also wanted to introduce you to Layla Gentil, our board member, also playwright director. She's our first board member. We love her so very much. She's done some really great work for us and other theater companies around the community. We're so very lucky to have her. And also special shout out to Zach Hattrick, our pretty cool video guy, and also a director, playwright, and actor who's been with GBP since the very beginning. Big shout out to Layla and Zach for helping us out with these every week, and for also everything that they do for us. In regards to GBP, I'm going to hand it over to Ellen to talk a little bit about how you can support us during this time of quarantine.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. So, yes, thank you to Layla and Zach. I just want to make sure that I also say thank you because I appreciate it so much. All the things they do. They really don't have to do all these things, and they do it because they love us and they love working to support local theater. And if you guys want to do that out there listening, we just started a Patreon a couple weeks ago, and Layla and I actually just prepared one of our first really cool perks that you can get as a patron. They are poetry postcards. So if you want to receive one of those personalized poetry postcards, you can become a patron. The Patreon is obviously patreon.com/Green Buffalo Productions. So we do have different levels different levels of patronage. The first level is pretty low commitment, $5 a month, and you get some neat things. You'll get a cool radio play that co-founder Madison is currently writing, and we're getting ready to release pretty soon. And then the next level up is the more that you donate, the more you get. So the poetry postcards come with the next level, and then a little bit more and a little bit more, so on and so forth. So that's just something that you can do if you'd like to support our season, if you just like to support us, for a couple months at a time, and if you just want to make a few donations here and there, anything that you can spare, we would really appreciate it, because especially right now, it's rough with theater in general, trying to get out there and do things. What we really want to do is as soon as possible, as soon as we're able to get back outside and create more local theater for you guys, we definitely want to do that. And we want to come back strong with the shows that we prepared for this season that hopefully we can do next season. And speaking of that, Maddie, you want to talk about Treading Water?
Yeah, so unfortunately, we had to cancel a lot of our big shows this season, one of which is Treading Water. I want to start off by saying huge thanks to Keith Cheney, Tiffany Yaramillo, and Scott Seifritz. We were working really hard to get this show up and running. Big shout out to the cast too, who sat with me through a month of virtual rehearsals until we finally had to pull the plug. We're really excited to put this on next year. Hopefully it'll go off without a hitch at that point. But it's a really great little show, so definitely keep up with us when it comes to summer of next year, 2021. We are really looking forward to sharing this story with you. That being said, Layla, if you wanted to talk about Wonderland.
Absolutely. So, Wander Through Wonderland is my pet project that I've been working on for the past 5 years. And it is an immersive theater project that is based on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. It is a great piece that explores identity and the views of oneself, especially from the point of view of a person who has bipolar disorder. We get to see through Alice's eyes and interact with the different characters of Wonderland who represent different aspects of her mind. It's a really great play. I'm very, very excited about it. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we have to push it to next season. So it will be happening in the summer of 2021. But that's okay. It'll be a little bit more time to, keep working on it, make it even bigger and better. And I'm just very excited to bring a more immersive work into the Buffalo theater scene. So yeah, definitely if you have any interest or just want to talk about Alice in Wonderland, I'm always into doing that. So yeah. Anyway, next. I think it's Ellen or Maddie.
Shoot, I did it again. I was talking to you, everybody. I just wanted to talk a little bit about a project that we are working on with Liminal Space Ensemble. What we're doing is creating a concept album for over the course of the next few months about the life of Albert Hubbard. He is the founder of the Roycroft movement in Buffalo. So this project is called Little Journeys to the Homes of the Great. So this is something really cool that we're working on because we're able to work with local musicians and a couple writers from GBP. So Layla, myself, Madison, Zach, our pretty cool video guy, and our other good friend Deanna are writing for this project. So basically what we're doing is pairing up with each of us is going to pair up with a musician and create our own little piece to kind of tell a story about Albert Hubbard and the movement that he created and basically his life and kind of put that piece together as a whole over the next few months. So that's going to require a little bit of fundraising as well. So again, if you think that project sounds interesting, if you want to learn a little bit more about it, or if you want to throw a couple dollars here or there at it, that'd be great. We have an Indiegogo campaign going through. You can find the information for that on our Facebook page as well as Liminal Space Ensemble page. And then we also have a logo design competition going on currently. It looks like that the competition can be done by any kind of artist. So all kinds of mediums are accepted, but just make sure that we can digitize that into a 500 by 500 pixel space. You just have to include the title, Little Journeys to the Homes of the Great, and try to incorporate that Roycroft era aesthetic. So if you have any questions about that, if you want to learn more about how to enter your art in for that contest, please contact us or Liminal Space Ensemble, and we will tell you what to do.
All right, so our next big thing is Buffalo Theater Workshop. Ellen, Layla, and I are also moderators of the Buffalo Theater Workshop, which is a group of local professionals. We critique new plays and new works to get them ready for production. So our next Buffalo Theater Workshop big play is going to be The Irish Vessel Timeline by Justin Pope. Good friend of GBP's, great friend of Buffalo Theater Workshop. We love his work. This is a full-length piece, and all of Justin's stuff is pretty wacky and out there. And I've had several people asking me about this show and how the synopsis sounds just like exactly like the kind of show they'd want to do that are coming to this reading. You can join us on our Facebook group to get that synopsis and all sorts of character breakdowns and a little bit more about what the Buffalo Theater Workshop is about and what we do. But that will be May 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join our Facebook event and we'll get you the link so that we can all read this play together and then give Justin some feedback so we can get this show up and running and ready for production. which is really, really exciting for him. And also generally, the Buffalo Theater Workshop takes submissions of any kind. That includes screenplays, micro screenplays, one acts, musicals. I sent in my 5-minute short play. We take any kind of script that needs to be punched up a little bit, or even if it doesn't have an ending yet and you're not sure where it's going, the Buffalo Theater Workshop is here to help artists finish their work and become produced and successful, whether it be with GBP, another theater out in Buffalo, or getting it ready to send out to festivals around the country. I know personally my work, I've sent to the Buffalo Theater Workshop. I sent out You and Me before GBP put it up in March of 2019, which was our first full-length show. And I sent in my 5-minute play, The Woo Girls Lament, and that's being premiered in Texas once COVID-19 is over. Houston, it's going up for the first time. So the Buffalo Theater Workshop is seriously, coming from me, like, it is a great resource. It's really helped me be a better writer and has helped my work move on to bigger and better things. All right, Ellen, do you want to talk about Human?
I sure do, since the deadline is coming up very quick. Our first deadline for What It Means to Be Human is coming up on May 30th. So this show is really cool. A fun fact that Maddie and I actually met doing a show that is kind of similar in form to this show called the Vagina Monologues. I'm sure some of you listening have heard of it, have been in it, or have seen it. Where the show speaks to violence against women. What we wanted to do was take that idea and make it a little bit more inclusive. That means making it more inclusive in the way that it's crafted, and making it more inclusive in the way that it's performed. So what we wanted to do is make sure that the Buffalo community was able to create that show for together, form it in order to make it.
Oh, it looks like Ellen popped out there for a minute.
Am I here?
Oh, there you are again. Never mind.
Sorry. I think I was just trying to make sure that the slideshow was moving. That might have been my bad. I hit play and then I hit unplay. So otherwise known as pause, folks. Anyway. So for this show, What It Means to Be Human, again, we wanted to be a little bit more inclusive and talk about all kinds of oppressive topics, topics of oppression, written from the perspective of those who have actually experienced those things. So we're accepting things like poems, monologues, spoken word, dance, music, short stories, short plays, visual art, basically any way that you guys create. We want to be able to include that if we get it. We want to put it together, all together. And so the deadline for that is coming up, what is that, next week or 2 weeks from now, so the 30th. 2 weeks from Saturday. So if you have any questions about that project, if you want to submit something but you're not quite done with it, maybe it's a work in progress, maybe you don't really know how quite to articulate what you wanted to put down on the page or in a dance or what have you, just email us and we will answer any questions and help craft that and put it together into a big production. We're hoping to put this up in the next couple of years, again, pending if we can ever go outside again. So let's make sure that we together to talk about very important things that are that affect a lot of different people. We want to make a difference. Should be mentioned that the proceeds for this show will go to a local charity. But yeah, if you want to submit anything to that, please do. greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. Maddie, you want to talk about Comedy Queen?
Yes, I do, to bring up the room a little bit more. We have our good friend Rachel Tsari is hosting our Green Buffalo Productions first ever Comedy Queen competition. And what that means is anyone who considers themselves female can come on down and test out their 5-minute tight set, their tight 5, if you will, as they say in the biz. They can test it out and try for the crown. We actually have 2 crowns. We have 1 crown for what we, the judges, the GBP board, that's me, Layla, and Ellen, we have a crown, and we will be judging on a rubric kind of scale, the Green Buffalo Comedy Queen. Hopefully we can make this a thing that happens more than once so that we have multiple queens, multiple years. But we also have a prize for the audience favorite. Audiences can vote for their favorite comedian or set, and they will become the Duchess of Jokes as we have it right now. There's also a cash prize. Right now it's sitting at $100, and we still have a cup, and that's cash, people. That's like, we're not joking around, even though we're joking around because it's a comedy contest. But that being said, we do have some slots still available for July 29th. Hopefully we can do it at Perks at Horse Feathers over on Connecticut Street. But with the current climate, we, the board, are working on a workaround for that if that can't happen by July. So hopefully we'll all be able to get together and laugh together soon. But if that's not the case, Green Buffalo is going to do everything they can to bring you some joy and laughter through the internet if we have to. But that's the Comedy Queen. If you have any other questions or if you're looking to perform, please email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com, and we'll get you some info on how to sign up for that and also how to become an audience participant. Layla, let's talk a little bit about Fuckboys.
Absolutely. So this is a show that I was directing and will be directing. I was supposed to go up in March, but unfortunately circumstances happened, and then COVID happened. So now we are hopefully putting up the show in August. The Museum of Fuckboys, written by Justin Karcher, is an amazing piece. It basically follows one man who is a fuckboy, surprisingly, and his different interactions with the women in his life. 3 different women, and how he either learns or doesn't learn from these relationships. It's an amazing cast, and I think Michael is actually watching, who's one of the actors in the show. Hi, Michael. So yeah, I'm very sad that we had to postpone it, but it's okay because it's going to be coming up sooner rather than later. So yeah, if you have any interest, definitely let us know. We will have more ticket information going up on our website once we can finalize dates and everything, especially with everything that's happening right now. But hopefully that'll be happening in August. So yeah, I believe it's Ellen.
Well, Green Buffalo that's fine. We're doing the 48-hour film project again this year. The 48-hour film project has really grown in Buffalo a lot in the past couple of years, and hopefully, again, a lot of this is pending what the COVID-19 status of New York State is going to be and what the official 48-hour film project decides. But we do plan, and we are registered for this year's 48-hour film project. If this is something that you've heard of and wanted to do, or if you've never heard of it and it sounds interesting, please email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. This is definitely a all hands on deck sort of production. This will be my 5th or 6th year doing it as a writer and an actor, and then my 2nd year as a producer along with Ellen and Layla. We're really excited about it. It's a really hard 48 hours, but it's so fulfilling. You walk out with this finished product that you can be so, so proud of. And then they do this fun red carpet screening where you get to take pictures on the red carpet. It's the best time. And then you get to watch everybody else's movies and see who moves on to the national competition, and then from there, the international competition. So if you're interested in doing that, please send us an email. Hopefully we'll be able to do it this year. If not, we already have a slot for next year because that's the way they're doing credits. So we're really excited about it, and can't wait to get back to making film. Again, super special shout out to Zach Hattrick, our pretty cool video guy, who will be working on this project with us as well. Elle, you want to talk about Spooky?
Yes, hopefully we can do it.
Yeah.
We keep talking about all of these things like, oh, well, you know what? Let's maybe just pretend this whole bit didn't happen and skip to a year from now. But hopefully we can do Spooky One Acts at the end of this year in October. What we do every year is this cool little play festival that's Halloween themed. It's usually pretty wacky or spooky and wacky. So if you like to write short 10-minute plays, and if you love Halloween, like a lot of Buffalo does, we really urge you to submit your scripts to us before August 31st. That's our deadline right now. Um, to be considered for the Spooky One Act Play Festival. It's really one of our favorite fundraisers. We just kind of have a great time with it. Hopefully hopefully we can do this at the end of October. Yeah, every year it's really great. We've had some returning playwrights. We've also had some returning directors. This year, hopefully it'll be Zach, myself, and Layla directing in October. Again, if everything goes the way we want it to. So if you want to audition for that as well, again, it's really fun. And just email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. If you've noticed anything that you want to know about us, just email us and it all goes to the same place and we will answer your questions. So once again, if you like any of the stuff we were just talking about, if you want to learn more, or if you just want to say hello, you can email us and we will get back to you. But without any further ado, let's move on to our first reading. This one is actually something we read last week by Justin Pope. We just had some connection issues, so we wanted to give it another go. Turn it over to Layla.
Before we start too, we just wanted to let the chat know that if there is any audio issues or problems, feel free to either message me, Ellen, or Layla privately, or write it in the comment section so that we see it right away. We're on another server and we're about 10 seconds behind you guys, or in front of you guys. So if there's something that's like not working on the live, please let us know so that we can fix it as soon as possible. Cool. Now, Layla, I'm sorry. I just wanted to.
Sorry, thank you. It was something I remember to do, and then I was like completely forgot to say that. So thank you.
No worries. It's totally fine. So we're going to be getting started with Londro's Mismatch Plight, written by Justin Pope. We have Londro being played by Nolan Miles, and we have Matt being played by Brett Broman. I will be reading the stage directions. I'm Layla Jantine. So let me just make sure I got my friends ready. They are ready. Okay, so we are going to get started. Hello.
How's my audio? How's my level?
Sound great.
Okay.
Hey, Nolan. Okay, so we're going to get started. A bench in the middle of a laundromat. Londro is sitting with his head in his hands, obviously upset, a water bottle by his side. Matt enters with a basket filled to the brim with random mismatched socks.
Oh, man, dude. I think I really hit the jackpot today.
Did you now?
Yeah, brother. Free socks up the butt over here. And all after a journey through... Oh, shit, I'm so sorry. I didn't even acknowledge your sad, sad state. You all right, my man?
I'm okay, thanks. Rattle me about your jackpot here at the laundromat.
No way. I can't leave a sad soul unattended, man. And I'm not going anywhere or talking about anything related to my jackpot until you spill the beans.
You aren't my therapist. You're a stranger with a basket of socks.
I could be a therapist. I've got a degree.
Is that so? What in?
Criminology and a minor in fine arts.
Okay, sure. Impressive.
Name's Matt. I'm Matt. Please. I can't leave a weary soul unattended.
Oh, all right. Matt, I'm Londro, and I am plagued by portals.
You are?
All of my laundromats have been hit with laundry portals, and it's completely ruining everything. I've toiled, and I can't find a single way to get rid of them. It's like half of all the doors to the washers and dryers in my laundromats open to the laundry dimension instead of a damn washing, spinning tub. Portals out of nowhere.
You, what? But...
Are you having a stroke?
I'm flabbergasted. You don't like the laundry portals.
Absolutely not. How could I?
How could you? How couldn't you? They're portals that lead to a dimension of awesome free clothes. Do you see how many socks I was able to grab from there?
And are any of them part of a matching pair?
Well, yeah.
Check. Go ahead. See just how useful your jackpot is, Matt.
Matt looks through his basket of socks.
Well, I guess they really aren't.
Oh.
But, you know.
Woe is me. Of all the places for portals to open up, it's my laundromats. And even when it's an incredible scientific breakthrough, the portals are useless. All mismatched clothes, all ruined washers and dryers, all stealing away.
Hey. These aren't useless. Dude, I don't see the huge deal. What's the problem with wearing mismatched socks?
Landro gives Matt a stone-cold glare.
You are a brute. Take your disgusting magical socks and get out of my laundromat.
Hey, a little harsh, dude.
I mean it.
Look, man, I don't know what kind of laundromat owner you are, but let me just...
the inventor of the laundromat. A place people could go to wash their woes away. A place to bleach out the stains of life, to dry their cotton tears. With the portal plague, the laundromat has become a shameful amusement park. Nobody comes to wash anymore. They keep their dirty clothes and they dive into the washers, hoping to find new clothes that they can wear for a day and then throw onto their pitiful pile of dirty items. And then rinse and repeat. And just to throw fuel into the fire,
What is it, man?
I can't close the doors to the machines. So people don't have to pay to go in. It's a free ride to Laundryland.
Bro.
He pulls out a $10 bill.
If it makes you feel any better, you can have this. It was going to go towards doing my laundry anyways, so, just...
Why don't you just leave me to sulk over here? And you can just dive right back into my dryers. Find some more rude, brutish, uncivilized, mismatched socks. Who knows? Maybe if you're in there long enough, you'll find a woman with the same foolish taste in clothes as you.
Dude, you really think so?
Matt, how are you feeling? Have you eaten something? Are you thirsty by any chance?
I mean, I'm a little parched, but,
Get out of my laundromat!
All right. Whew, some laundromat CEO you are, throwing a shit at your customers.
Customers pay!
I offered you $10. Look, I think you're looking a gift horse in the mouth here, Landro. Look at all these people these portals have brought here.
Again, customers pay. Nobody here is paying.
Not my point. Maybe if you keep your head out of your hands, you'll see what I mean.
Matt takes the basket of socks and places it on the bench. He pulls out 2 socks.
Look, Landro, what do you see here? What do you see in these 2 socks?
Mismatched, asymmetrical, against destiny itself.
Forget all that. What do you see with the sock?
It's a yellow sock with angry ducks gripping a mug of overflowing beer. The other one has a variety of wine bottles and what looks like ray guns from a cheesy science fiction film.
Well done. What about these?
A sock with flaming meteors falling towards the earth. A sock covered in a slaughter of swirling colors. What are you getting at?
This entire basket is full of mismatched socks. It's true. But they don't need to be matching to complete each other. It's the feel of the sock's design that brings us joy. To some, matching socks represent unity, harmony, etc., etc. If you look closely, mismatched socks give us an even stronger look on harmony than matched socks. Two different socks, two different soles, coming together, setting aside their differences to create something beautiful.
What does that matter to me? Sock art isn't bringing me any profit.
And that all depends on your definition of profit.
Dear Lord.
Maybe none of these people are really doing their laundry. Maybe nobody here is giving you any of the cash. But that's the financial profit. How important is that philosophical profit?
In a community college ethics course, not important at all. In a booming laundromat business, exceedingly important.
Look around you. What do you see?
I don't want to play any more games.
Fine. I'll answer for you. Over there, a lady is climbing out of a dryer. What she got in her hand? A bag full of new clothes from the laundry. Are they probably all mismatched? You bet. And yet, look further. Look how bright her smile is. She's beaming. How do we know those aren't the newest pieces of clothing she's gotten in years? And over there, those two gentlemen sitting on the floor, laughing their asses off. They've got a basket with thong colors. You think they came in with that? Will they ever wear those thongs? Well, it's possible. And yet, look at the joy radiating from them. A bond deepened over mysterious thongs obtained from your portals. The philosophical profit is this, my friend. The experiences your laundromats bring. These folks will still come in and do their laundry from time to time, of course. But think of the new memories they'll make at your laundromat. Your laundromats, now marked forever on the maps of their hearts.
And maybe on the maps of other businesses. Maybe, just maybe, it could be possible to combine the laundromat and the amusement to create something dynamic and memorable, something new, something profitable, both financially and philosophically.
Yeah, man. Yeah, now you're getting it.
Matt, you should go back to school and grab a psychology degree, you five chap, you.
So all cheered up then?
Not at all.
What?
Seeing all of the mismatch, the never-ending mismatch, the constant source of dirt, and more dirt. No matter the benefits the endless clothes has for people and profit, nothing can ever cover up the disgust I have for the lack of tidiness. I invented the laundromat to help people stay clean and organized. The act of washing your clothes kept the people civilized and sparkling. It kept outfits coordinated, colorful, and presentable. This is the act of throwing on random articles of clothing and never washing them again. While I understand that some people will continue to tend to their tidiness, it is clear that the ones here for amusement and portals will continue to be encouraged to remain filthy and uncoordinated.
Then that's their problem, Landro, not yours. Come on, dude. Just start charging fees for entering the laundry dimension. It ain't that hard. It's like you spent so much time trying to get rid of the portals that you never even bothered to think of how you can make use of them.
How can I make use of the laundry dimension if it means supporting filth and terrible mismatched outfits?
We're getting nowhere. It's just circles with you, dude. I don't know how to get through to you. I mean...
You can't. And you won't. Face it. I can choose to charge for entering the laundry portals, but in doing so, I would be supporting the very bane of my existence. The very thing I hate most. I am in shambles.
The laundry dimension isn't... It's not that bad. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of laundry just thrown everywhere from us, but, well, we can...
Thank you for your attempts at a resolution for me, Matt. Sincerely. But nothing will get through to me. As long as that filthy dimension exists and those portals stick around on my machines, I will remain a miserable wreck.
I'm sorry, man. Mr. Laundro guy, I had this itching feeling you and I would complete each other today, and we'd both be content with how this whole thing turned out somehow, you know? You and me, Matt and Laundro, and Matt, and
I only just met a moment ago. You really felt that kind of connection?
What, you didn't?
I felt no such thing.
Wow.
This astounds you?
It hurts a little, to be honest.
Well, I'm sorry, Matt.
It's all right. So, what are you going to do now?
I've not a clue. Sit here and dwell in my sorrows for a while? Try and fail to close some more portals? Ultimately, just head home defeated?
Yeah. Head home to the wife. Do some exciting activities with her, like, folding dress shirts or ironing your ties.
Please. I've never been married. I've never had a woman stick with me for longer than a month.
Ah, jeez. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to, like... You lonely at all?
What?
You just seem like a lonely guy under all that suit.
Okay, criminology major. No need to examine my love life, is there? It doesn't seem to be any of your business.
Oh, to super pry. Just trying to be a nice guy. Help you out a little, since I couldn't fix your portal problem. You could come over, to my place. It's just a little apartment, but it's cool. I've got, party lights strung across the living room. Used to use them in college, man. It was the thing. So I kept it. Make sweet lighting, different. PS4. We could watch a movie or whatever, man.
I'm all right, thank you.
Okay, that's cool. I just kind of figured you might want some company.
You can stop patronizing me now.
All right. I'll get going.
He picks up a sock basket and starts to look through it. And in the middle of it, Matt spots something.
Woo-hoo-hoo! How did that get in there? Oh, hey, man. I have an idea.
Do you now? What's that?
You ever go inside the laundry dimension yet?
I took one peek, saw the chaos within, and decided never to look again.
Ever think you can clean it up?
What?
Go in there. Find some matching clothes. Really tidy up the place. Maybe even extend the business hours into there, Maybe you'll find some things you'd really like in there.
Balderdash. I'm not taking a single step into that pigsty.
Laundro. Hear me out. If you don't want to make the portals into amusement parks and little fun, but maybe you can make the portals into your laundromat.
Another business proposition. Go ahead. I'm open to any and all suggestions at this rate.
Let's go. Right now, you're coming with me.
Unhand me. What is the meaning of this?
You and I both hit the jackpot today. We're jumping into that laundry dimension, and I'll show you what I mean.
How about explaining yourself first?
You'll see it when you dig a little deeper, Laundro. The mysterious place you think is made of just mismatched socks, clothing actually has more to it. Trees with dryer sheets for leaves. Oceans full of lavender-scented detergent. And the birds. They sing the tune of many a dryer's timing going off.
That's not true, is it?
Ooh.
How could such beauty and such elegance dwell in a place filled with discourse?
Because that's life. Life has always been an incomprehensible combination of harmony and chaos. And in the laundry dimension, it's all the same. But there's so much more there to take in. And if your way of life revolves around laundry,
then it's gorgeous. Preposterous. How is it possible? It's like a land made for me, a place for me to accomplish something. I could venture there, clean it up, and build more laundromats. Hey, perhaps further clothing stores, boutiques.
Changing rooms and strip clubs.
Changing rooms and strip clubs.
Why can't women stick with you, Landra? You're a cool guy. Clearly successful, too.
None of them have ever understood my passion for laundry etiquette. We go on a date or two, and suddenly they're sickened, which is ironic, really, since I'm the cleanest man they'll ever meet.
That much is clear, dude.
When you're faced with adversity, such as years of loneliness, you must find the comfort in where your passion lies. So the more women leave me, the closer I get to my laundry, my only solace, as out here, there really is nobody for me.
You're like a mismatched sock.
Huh.
Don't you think maybe you could meet your match in the laundry dimension? It's time you stop thinking about health of your laundromats and you start focusing on the health of Laundro.
Matt, why are you doing this? What do you have to gain from staying here and trying to help poor, woeful me?
Maybe I'm actually focusing on my own health. Maybe I need to do a good deed to make myself feel like a much better person. Maybe I needed somebody to join my party and take the dive back into the laundry dimension to go exploring. And maybe you seemed like the perfect character for my character.
You are unpredictable.
Well, we did just meet only a moment ago. Can't expect to know me all the way yet.
I suppose so.
You ready to go?
I might be. I feel a bit on edge.
You don't strike me as someone who feels fear. You're like a sturdy businessman. Just keep thinking about the business you could be making in there. The character you could be building in there. The new life you could be creating for yourself. And for others. The people you'll meet. The scenery you'll discover. It's a new world. But it isn't as scary as you might,
I get it.
You know what might help? Why don't you reach in there and tell me what you find?
It'd be like putting my hand into a box of spiders.
Trust me. You might find more than just profit and character development in the laundry dimension. You might find something more suitable than you'd expect.
Landro hesitates and then reaches into the basket. His eyes widen as he finds something unlike a sock. He pulls it out and holds it up. It's a sexy, lacy piece of lingerie.
Well, let's dive right in then, shall we?
Woohoo!
The end. Yay, thank you guys so much. That worked out great. Okay, so we're going to be going to the next play, which is I Can Feel It.
I Can Feel It. I Can Feel It is, on the wrong channel, is written by Alyssa Grace Adams, somebody who we had as a wonderful actor last week. And we have Maeve being played by Kelly Hobbins and Ara being played by Sarah Henderson. And I will be reading the stage directions. Before we jump into it, I just wanted to give a special shout out to a couple of people who are now Patreon members for Green Buffalo Productions. we have our good friend of GBP, Catherine Schwebka, who donated earlier this month. And then last week we had 3 people, Ryan Schlia, Sean Lewis, and our friend Wayne Conover from our last 48-hour film project, who are all new Patreon members as of last week. If you guys want to join us on Patreon, $5 goes a long way. We're really excited to get new people, and you'll get a special shout out on our super fun, very great quarantine quarters readings that we've been doing these months. And also we'll be in programs of any shows that we do end up doing this year. Hopefully we'll be able to get Spooky off the ground. But
There's
without
one more.
Oh,
There's one more. We don't want to forget about Sean Lewis.
Oh, I thought I said Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis,
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
I thought I did,
You
but
might
if I didn't, special shout out to Sean Lewis if I forgot about you. If I didn't forget about you, also a special Sean Lewis shout out. That was a lot of S's in one little spot right there.
That's the
Okay.
next writing from. Okay, moving on. Sorry.
Moving on. So we're going to be reading I Can Feel It by Alyssa Grace Adams. Thank you, Kelly and Sarah, for holding for me. I'm just going to double check to make sure you guys are unmuted. You are. All right, let's jump right into it. So lights up on a rather ordinary clean bedroom with Maeve in the center of the room and Aura slightly back by the window. It is eerily quiet for summertime at dusk. No bugs buzzing or chirping, no fans spinning, not even an audible breathing from the girls. Aura's cheeks are puffed up a bit by the air she took in while beginning to hold her breath moments before. Maeve appears like a statue with a stern look until she only moves her head to intently survey the room. She has a black drawstring pouch looped around her wrist. Aura flails her right hand and starts to bounce on the balls of her feet. Maeve stops her gaze on the nicely made bed with a thick comforter folded at the bottom of it. Aura obnoxiously stops holding her breath and inhales. Maeve rolls her eyes.
Can I talk now?
You just did.
Oh, so I did. Can I please keep talking?
Not unless you're 50 feet away from me.
But why? I need to talk. It's bad enough that I had to be still.
You were moving the entire time. I need you to be quiet right now so I can find my necklace. My need is more important than yours.
Well, I don't see why I have to be quiet for that. It's not like you're looking for a scared kitten's cries. Unless... Wait, did you enchant it to meow like a kitten? Wow, that's so smart of you. Why didn't I think of it? Oh, wait, I just did think of it. Wait, did I? Oh, now I'm confused.
Did you get your talking fix for the moment? I need silence.
I don't think I can do that. I don't understand why I have to. Is it to hear the meow?
Silence drowns the sound.
Uh-huh. Okay. No, I can't pretend to get it.
Okay, just listen this time. Like, really listen. Silence drowns the sound.
Aura stares at Maeve blankly.
Fine, I'll break it down for you. Always hear the sounds of the universe. They're constant. When we speak, we're only adding to that. Our voices become echoes, and those attract even more noise. By being quiet, we dampen some of that chaos when it gets to be too much.
But if we drown out the noise, won't we be drowning out the kitten cries from the necklace too? And then how are we going to find it?
This is going to be hard to hear, but the necklace is not enchanted to sound like a kitten.
Aura gasps, and Maeve affectionately passes her cousin's back.
When we get rid of the noise, that allows me to focus on my feelings, my intuition. I have a strong connection to my necklace, so I can sense when it's near. It's in here, I know that much for sure, but because I can feel it right in my core. Stupid Casper, stealing my shit and No, wait. I don't mean shit. That's disrespectful to the precious heirloom my necklace is. Oh, hell. Aura, please don't tell my mom I said that.
Huh. Said what?
Aura, were you listening to me? Hey!
Maeve snaps fingers right in front of Aura's face.
I was listening, and then I stopped because I was imagining that the necklace actually does meow. Please don't try to explain anything again. I'll just hold my breath to give you silence.
Don't bother. You fucked up the mojo I had going. It'll take me forever to recenter myself in this environment. No plants, no candles, no cats. A witch could never survive in this shithole. I don't know how I ignored it when we were dating. Anyways, let's get searching. The sooner we find it, the better. And put things back exactly the way they were when you're done checking somewhere.
Aura absent-mindedly spins around the room.
What does this thing look like again?
This thing is a family heirloom that has been passed down to every firstborn girl throughout the generations since the existence of the bloodline on my mother's side. It was created, forged, and enchanted, and by... it's a violet gemstone with a gold setting.
Ooh, it sounds pretty.
You don't remember what it looks like? I've worn it every single moment of my life since I was 13. Until a week ago when it was stolen from me. And it feels like I'm missing my heart or something.
Maeve kneels by the bed quietly for a moment, closing her eyes, and then shimmies her body all the way under, spreading out her limbs like a starfish, only to grab dust bunnies.
I think I hear someone.
Maeve coughs and slowly gets out from under the bed, struggling a bit. When she reemerges, her black shirt looks like it was painted with dust. She looks at Aura.
I hear someone, like far below, in the basement, maybe.
I don't hear anyone. And I don't feel like there's the energy of another person around. Sorry, Sugar, but I think we both know it's better to trust my gut.
Ew, don't say that word. The G one.
Oh, right, my bad. But seriously, you should listen to me on this one. Or everyone, when it comes to anything magical, at the very least. I don't know what your parents were thinking when they named you, but it seems like the universe played a cruel trick on you because of it.
My father named me.
That was a mistake. But it makes sense. Aunt Lorelai would never.
I have a very nice name.
Maeve goes over to the desk and turns on the lamp. She looks at a framed photo of herself that she gave to Casper. Her face wasn't cut out or scribbled on, the glass perfectly intact. It makes her want to smash it. Aura walks behind Maeve, peers over her shoulder, and smiles.
You look beautiful in that picture. Now, where was this before? You said we have to put everything back exactly, right?
Maeve nods and puts the frame back in its place gently. She starts rustling through the desk drawers. She empties out notebooks, pens, and loose paper, then returns them. No necklace.
I can feel it. Oh, Aura, I miss it so bad. My precious necklace, my precious.
Aura
in your
looks
pouch?
through the dresser.
What's in your pouch?
You'll know when I find my necklace.
How will I know?
I'll tell you.
Oh, I see. Well, I will see. Or hear. I will hear.
What is wrong with you?
Aura stops looking in the dresser to look directly at Maeve with her big eyes.
I've taken psychic damage.
Aura
Explains a lot.
goes back looking through the dresser.
Explains a lot. Hang on. Wait. Which psychic hurt you? Was it that psychic bitch Cassandra Sinclair Van Adder? Because I already owe her a curse, but now I'm going to make it especially nasty. Yeah, I'll...
I made it up. Isn't that so funny?
Well, I've already made up my mind about Cassandra Sinclair Van Adder. She's such a snake. Which is kind of disrespectful to say. The actual snakes, I mean. So when I finally get to curse her, it's going to be major. Makes me smile just thinking about it.
I found a shoelace in the bottom drawer under all the clothes and in a corner.
Ara holds up the shoelace that is colored with a red-yellow gradient.
But it's not your necklace, unless it's disguised as a shoelace.
Oh, that's Casper's lucky shoelace. He's had it since he was 6, apparently. I don't really believe him, though, because even a couple months ago, he was struggling to tie his shoes. There's no way he didn't have Velcro shoes when he was 6.
Where's the other one?
Told me he ate it, and he had to have surgery or something serious because it was messing with his stomach. And he showed me his hospital wristbands once. I don't believe that either. He was really good at lying, though. He acted pretty traumatized, and I nearly believed him. But you know me, a total skeptic who's rarely wrong. I get the feelings, you know? Oops, sorry, you don't really know.
He kept the hospital bracelets?
Yeah, they're in his...
She jumps from the desk chair and scans the bookcase. She sees an oak box and brings it to Ara, holding it up victoriously.
His memento box!
Maeve smiles and opens the box with confidence. She looks at the contents inside and her face falls.
Oh, look, there they are! Whoa, 3 hospital bands? Neat! Sorry about your necklace.
Why are you saying sorry? It's not lost. It's here. I know it is. Where'd you put the shoelace?
Back in the bottom drawer, under the clothes, in the corner. If it's his lucky shoelace, why didn't he take it with him?
Because he'll lose it. He always loses things on trips. He only brings replaceable things.
Are you sure? Because it could be another loose shoelace that isn't lucky at all.
Of course I'm sure. We dated for like 4 months. I know everything about him. You have to learn everything about a person if you date them for that long. That's a fact. Even if you don't want to. It's not optional.
I have no use for that information, but thank you.
You're ever so welcome, darling. Now, let's find this gorgeous treasure of mine.
Maeve starts walking all over the room, looking closely at nearly everything she comes into contact with, but brushes over the books on the floor. Ara watches Maeve and sways back and forth peacefully. After a few seconds, Ara looks around with her eyes wider than usual. She goes down on her hands and knees, leaning her ear to the ground. Ara crawls to the desk and pulls the chair aside. She sees a vent underneath the desk and puts her ear right against it.
Maeve, is there any chance that another woman is in the house?
If we're going to be that technical, nah, screw that. There's no chance another woman is in this house. Casper's mom is on the trip with him.
Well, I hear someone through the vent talking downstairs. Maybe on the phone? What if it's a burglar?
A burglar?
A lady burglar.
No. If there's another woman in here, which there is not, but if, she would probably be Casper's older sister, Angelica.
Was she really mean when you met her? This woman downstairs sounds pretty nice.
No, I've never met her. She lives in California. But I hate her because Casper loves her. I don't want to have anything in common with him anymore. Anyway, she never visits. They go see her. There's no way she's down there. Remember, we're listening to my gut intuition. Now, get your ear off that dirty vent.
Ara quickly gets up, forgetting she's under a desk. A wince-inducing smack is heard, followed by a small yelp. Maeve immediately runs over to her cousin and helps her up.
Oh, are you okay?
Ow!
Oh, come on, come sit.
Maeve helps Ara to the end of the bed. Ara slowly lays down on her back. There's a small crunch as she relaxes. She sits up at the noise and looks at Maeve. They unfold the thick comforter together. Ara recoils at the sight. There's a small skull that's upside down containing the amethyst necklace, its gold chain overflowing. A part of the skull is slightly concaved.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Why? Oh, why? Oh!
Yes, yes, yes!
Maeve pulls the chain and puts the heirloom around her neck. She smiles, but then reaches for the skull.
Don't touch it! Please, no, cover it back up! Don't, ew, no!
Maeve turns the skull over. It's a real bird skull. She opens up her black pouch and takes out a similar-looking necklace to her own and places it in the skull carefully. Ara has her hands over her eyes but can see a little through the spaces in between her fingers. Maeve is holding the skull and fake necklace up a bit.
So he won't suspect a thing. I can't believe the fucker is trying to use magic on me. I thought I was being careful with my magic. I didn't use it around him. I mean, there was this one time well, that's unimportant.
Do you think he killed it?
Maeve puts the skull back where it was and folds the comforter over it. She holds on to her gemstone tightly.
Definitely not. He's too much of a pussy to do that. I think he just went looking for it, or hell, bought it on the black market.
I don't think I'd ever be able to do that. Is it because I'm a pussy too?
No, that's not why. You're kind of wimpy, but you wouldn't be able to kill anything because you're so squeamish, which is fine. You don't have to kill or use bones for lots of spells. Now, I have to figure out what kind of spell he was attempting. It'll have to wait until we're home. I need to consult my grimoire. There's just too many spells it could be.
I can't believe I laid on that skull. I can feel it still right on my back. Oh, ew. Bones are disgusting. Can we please leave this awful place now?
Why are you so freaked out about bones? We all have them inside us. You're full of them.
Ew, no, don't say that. I don't want them.
Well, without them, you would die. At least your body would. It would be mush. You'd be a mass of organs and blood and guts.
Any more talk like that, and I think I might throw up. Oh, I need to get out of here.
Maeve stops teasing and goes to walk to the dresser, but trips over the books on the ground, nearly falling. She sees a familiar-looking piece of paper sticking out of one. Maeve takes out the slip of paper and opens her mouth. It's a page from her grimoire.
That bitch! Oh, why didn't he just take a picture on his phone? He whipped out this page and mangled my dear grimoire. For what? He's tainted my amethyst. Oh, but he couldn't stop there. No, he had to do this. I can't even begin to explain the amount of spiritual cleansing I'm going to need to heal from these tragedies. And I have to figure out a way to get him to not expose me. Maybe I need to kill him. I was going to settle for a curse on his shoelace and maybe some jinxes, which I'll obviously still do. But...
Can I see the page? Did you see what spell it was?
Maeve hands her the piece of paper and Ara immediately begins reading. The most focused Maeve has ever seen her. She turns the page over.
I saw enough to know it was a spell from my grimoire.
Ara finishes reading and looks up at Maeve, amusement in her eyes. She hands the page back.
It's a love spell. It's the one to charm a possession, making the person it belongs to think positively about the one who casted the spell whenever they touch the object.
That does not call for a bird skull. Or a skull of any kind.
Oh, maybe. Turn it over. In your notes section, right by the list of essential ingredients, you drew a bird skull and wrote bird skull.
Well, I just don't understand this. And it's still not my fault. Those were my notes meant for me. And I knew that was a doodle and not an ingredient. Ugh, Casper is so dumb and a thief. And I hate him.
Maeve gets Casper's shoelace out of the drawer. She shoves it into the drawstring pouch and starts recreating the tidiness of the room.
You can't kill him. He won't do anything to harm you. He loves you. Casper misunderstood. You can't have too high of expectations for humans, especially when it comes to magic. Maeve, he just wanted you back after you broke his heart.
He broke up with me, okay? He had the audacity to break up with me and then steal my necklace to try to charm me instead of talking to me.
Well, talking is hard.
Why are you trying to defend him when you don't even know him?
I'm not. All I'm trying to do is convince you not to kill him. Killing him would be very bad. And I know I'd end up helping in some way. All those bones and everything. I'd rather not.
I wasn't going to kill him.
Okay, you said you were, though.
Well, I obviously didn't mean it. Okay, I meant it at first, but now I don't want to kill him.
Oh, that's good.
Make no mistake, I am pissed.
Will you consider enchanting your necklace to meow like a kitten if you ever lose it again? It'll be much easier to find it next time.
Aura, you've been a great help tonight. But I'm never going to do that shit. And I did not lose it. It was stolen. No one can ever know that someone took it, especially a human. Okay? Aura?
Oh, I'm busy imagining what other animals you could use the noise for your necklace. A fox? Maybe a dolphin? Oh, or a cow could be good. Well, I honestly think the cat is the superior option.
Maeve shakes her head, smiles, and lets Aura stay in her fantasy. She heads over to the desk, pushes the chair in, and turns off the lamp. Maeve looks over at her cousin and then can hear the footsteps downstairs. There's a woman talking, sounding like she's on the phone. Maeve hurries over to Aura and tugs on her sleeve. The footsteps are becoming closer.
Shit. There's someone else here. We need to go now.
I don't know. I think you're imagining it. We can stay here for as long as we like.
I'm sorry for doubting you, okay? I'm sorry, all right?
Why are you sorry? You were right before. There's no one here. You're always right.
Maeve looks out the door to the hallway. Clearer footsteps are heard. Too close. Maeve pushes Aura behind the bed.
Oh, under the bed now, please.
Maeve runs to turn the overhead light off as Aura begins getting under the bed. The light goes out and Maeve uses the little bit of light in the room from the moon to find her way back to the bed. Maeve squeezes herself beside her cousin.
We should have brought the brooms.
This is really a time when you have to be silent.
Aura holds her breath. Footsteps stop outside the bedroom door. The person lingers for a moment, but the sound of feet on the floorboards becomes further and further away. Maeve sneezes, then freezes. Nothing. The girls start sliding themselves out from under the bed.
Ow! You elbowed me in the face.
That was an accident.
The cousins find their way back to the window with the help of the guiding moonlight.
Go on. You climb out first. I am never doing anything like this again.
Aura is almost safely on the tree bench. She smiles.
You will. I can feel it.
Maeve shakes her head and heads out, follows Aura out the window, smiling herself. As she closes the window, she flips off the empty room. Blackout. The end. Yay! Thank you, Lisa.
Yay! Great job, everybody. Okay, we're going to move on to our next play by Nolan Miles. He was actually reading for the first play. So let's introduce everyone for Dungeons and Baggage. Looks like, I'm just checking for all my people here. Looks like I've got Nick. He sniffed. All right.
I did.
We've got Audrey. Megan. Looks like it. Megan, can you unmute? Okay. Can you hear me, Megan? Okay. Hey, Maddie, are you ready to read
Hey,
it?
sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Just wanted to make sure we could get you. Okay, so. Michael / Sonar is Nick Edwards. Jessica / Ellen will be Audrey Grout. And then Dom is Megan Mahaney. Okay.
Right.
Dungeons. It is a messy room with a bed near the wall and a bookshelf. In the middle of the room is a table with books, papers, snacks, dice strewn about. Our three characters are sitting at this table playing Dungeons and Dragons with Dom at the head behind a dungeon master's screen. There is a backpack sitting on the floor next to Dom's chair.
All right. Looks like Doug isn't coming, so you're down a rogue. So last session ended sort of abruptly. Everyone remember where we are?
Michael, do you remember where we are?
Well, no.
Well, lucky for you, I was paying attention and actually took notes. We had just entered the cave, and there's supposed to be a dragon here.
Right.
Okay. So, Thonar, you enter the cave and are face to face with a giant poisonous snake.
Dom puts the shoelace down on the group's makeshift map as Jessica and Michael laugh a little.
Dude, you have to get better miniatures.
I spent all my money on one prop in particular.
Really? What is it?
Spoilers. I'll reveal it in due time. If the session lasts longer than last time.
What was that?
Nothing. Now, Thonar, you see this fucking huge snake just slithering toward you and Aelin. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna pull out my axe and charge it. What?
No, just go. Do it. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Thonar, you rush at this thing and swing your axe before it has the chance to strike. Roll to hit.
Michael rolls a die.
Shit, nat 1.
Oof. Okay, so you swing and it goes nowhere near the snake. It is going to bite at you.
He rolls a die.
And it hits.
He rolls more dice behind his screen.
Go ahead and take 10 piercing damage, and you're poisoned.
Oh, motherfucker! Well, that's what you get for rushing in like a jackass.
Okay, what's Aelin do?
I raise my staff and cast command.
Dom rolls a die behind his screen.
Okay, it failed. What do you want it to do?
I tell it to leave.
Nice, okay. It tries to hiss, but silence drowns the sound as it instead slithers its way past you and out of the cave.
Okay, so Thonar says, great work, now heal me. I'm poisoned.
No.
What the fuck?
You're the one who charged the snake. And you expect me to help you after that stupid choice?
I was doing my best.
Yeah, well, you sure sucked at it.
Listen, Aelin, I was trying to protect both of us. It's my job to do that, and it's your job to heal. You're my cleric. You're supposed to fix people's wounds when they rush into danger.
But you always do this, Michael. You always just do something stupid, and then I have to clean up the mess. Well, maybe I'm saving my spell slots for myself, huh?
Look, all I'm asking for is a little help. We're supposed to be a fucking team.
All I'm asking for is a little self-sufficiency. But of course, why should I expect that from you?
Oh.
I mean, you're the barbarian. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Jessica abruptly leaves, and there is an awkward silence between Dom and Michael.
So, some pretty good character moments there. Real inter-party drama.
Yeah.
Hey, just before she comes back, you...
We what? Dom, what about us?
No, like, you have a healing potion and some antidote, just for that self-sufficiency, you know?
Oh, right. Thanks.
He scribbles some notes on his sheet.
Well, now I gotta think of why he wouldn't drink it right away.
Oh, well, we'll chalk that up to...
Maybe Thonar just wants to feel tough. Like, he's helping out both himself and Aelin. Like, he feels pride, and he just wants a little bit of cooperation from Aelin, rather than having to rely on himself, which he has to just do for everything else.
Michael looks Dom dead in the eye.
Maybe he's just tired of Aelin giving him shit.
Michael.
Jessica enters the room again. She seems chipper, not like the Jessica that left the room.
Okay, we ready to start again?
Yeah. So Jessica, while you were gone, I reminded Michael that Thonar still has some antidote and a healing potion. Thonar, do you drink them?
Yeah.
Michael.
Okay, so you drink these 2 drinks and you're all good to go. What do you do now?
We continue down the cave. Gotta find that dragon.
Eyes on the prize.
You know it.
That's what I like about you.
Is that in character?
No.
Aww.
Aww.
Sap.
Okay, so you've had a bit of bickering between your characters, and now you've settled your differences. You wander into a chamber, and just before you fall in, you notice a pit in the middle of the room.
Maybe the dragon's down there?
At the bottom of the pit, there's a pool of acid.
There's no way she's down there.
Funny that you mention it, because you do see a couple pieces from her hoard that made their way down there on some rocks, including a human skull encrusted with gemstones.
So that's why the snake was a shoelace.
Precisely. So, do you ignore it and go on, or does one of you want to take your chances with it?
We shouldn't take the risk.
I mean, I think we can totally go for it.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh no.
Well, I mean, it's right there.
Oh my god, you really need to get your priorities in check. I do not want to keep cleaning up all of your messes. Every time you expect me to come in and fix you, but you keep on putting yourself in danger and breaking yourself again.
Look, I'm just saying we have an opportunity just once. I'd like your support.
And I'm just saying that you keep doing these recklessly stupid things, and we keep having this conversation. We just had it in the last room. We're like broken records, my Thonar.
It's not like this will kill us. I have a plan.
But you keep forgetting that there's more danger. All you see is what's right in front of you. You don't ever think about the big picture. You're putting us both in danger by being selfish.
Selfish? I want what's best for both of us.
Just then...
Shut the fuck up, Dom! We're having a character moment.
Okay.
You keep saying you want what's best for us, but you keep forgetting that I have to deal with the consequences too. I always have to deal with poor, damaged Thonar. And every time I tell you it was a stupid choice, you just ignore me. It's like you don't ever listen to me. Do you know what it's like to not be heard?
Well, you do have a silence spell.
Michael and Jessica both give Dom a look, pause for a brief moment, then return to the argument.
I think now is a good time for me to take a snack break. I'm going to go to the kitchen.
But we have snacks here.
Michael exits, leaving Dom and Jessica sitting there in awkward silence.
So, like, what the fuck? What's happening?
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
It's no problem. But are you okay?
Yeah, I'm totally okay with the campaign.
That's not really what I...
It's just, you know, I'm really getting into character. Aelin's gotta basically be a mother to Thonar, and that's not really a role she asked for. Fun fact about Thonar. He leaves his underwear all over the floor of their room at the inn.
See, this is what I'm trying to...
So what I think about Island's motivation is that Thonar is being needy, and she just wants Thonar to get it through his thick skull that he needs to be an adult and think for once in his goddamn life.
Michael enters and sits back down.
Welcome back, babe. We were just going over character motivations.
Cool. So back to the game. What were we doing again?
So, there's a pit with acid at the bottom, and sitting on a rock in the pit is a jewel-encrusted skull.
Right. So I got a plan to get that skull.
Oh, God. Whatever. Let's hear it. We've gotten this far.
Okay, so Jess, Aelin, has the Ring of Resistance.
You want me to go in there?
Well, you're the most well-equipped to handle this situation. You won't even be hurt by that acid.
Yeah, but I don't even want this stupid skull. Why should I have to stick out my neck for you when this isn't even something we need?
Because we are a team. That's what we're supposed to do. Fine. If you won't go in, give me the ring.
You seriously think my problem is that I don't want to go in? I'm trying to look out for you.
Oh my god, you just keep on yelling, don't you?
Fine. You want the ring? Here's your goddamn ring.
Jessica takes off her engagement ring and throws it at Michael and storms off. There is yet another awkward silence.
Hey, man. Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine. I've taken psychic damage, that's all.
Dom rubs his temples as he is left alone, his session cut short.
So, same time next week, then?
End of play. Great job, everybody. For somebody who can never pay attention to Dungeons and Dragons myself, I could really pay attention to that play, and I loved it. I love how much is going on there. Let's move on to the next one. Who's next?
I believe it is me. We will be doing Agatha. Agatha was written by Sarah Lyons. I just want to check and make sure that I have all of my friends. Agatha will be played by Kelly Hobbins. Yes. And then we have Jeffrey being played by Jack LaCastro. We have Frank being played by Nolan Miles. Lucy being played by Megan Mahaney. Len being played by Brett Broman. And I will be doing the stage directions. Okay, I just want to make sure that I've got everyone. Brett. And just want to make sure that you are unmuted.
It's going to close the door.
Brett. Okay. Let me check who we have just in case he doesn't get back on time. So we have instead Nick, do you mind hopping on again just so that we can do Agatha?
Who would I be for this?
You are going to be Len, L-E-N.
Sure, I can do that.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, so now that we have everyone, we're going to get started. Lights up on a candlelit bedroom that looks like it came out of a fairy tale nightmare. The walls are dark stone that are either wet or very glossy. The bed frame is mahogany, carved to look like it's made out of stalactites. There's velvet and plush surfaces everywhere, though there's a clearly visible worn line on the carpet in front of the foot of the bed. The bookshelves and cabinets around the room are full half of useful alchemical tools and books, and half costume jewels and medieval music festival memorabilia trinkets. The gnarled halberd / conjuring staff in the corner looks like it might have been signed by Freddie Mercury. This place looks like it was decorated by a gay dragon magician, in the most terrifying and fabulous way possible, because it was. Agatha is sitting in an armchair in the corner that's made to look like it's made of giant bat wings, head in her hands. Lucy is curled up on top of the center of the bed. She is a little salamander. Frank and Jeffrey sit on shelves and wardrobe tops across from each other.
I mean, I don't see what the big deal is.
Well, of course you don't. You don't see much of anything anymore.
Lucy grunts and rolls over on her back to stretch.
Will you two stop bickering? I can't get any peace.
He started it.
Started what? What did I start?
Agatha lets out a loud groan of exasperation as she gets out of the chair and starts pacing the whole room.
You were the one that suggested we get her out of here.
I merely said it might be possible for Agatha to escape if she chose, and that we might be able to help.
Hey, pal. I don't know if you forgot, but we're currently 20 stories up inside a towering fortress on a craggy rock outcropping the middle of the dampest part of nowhere, and neither of us has legs. I don't know what you thought was going to happen.
Well, pardon me for being helpful.
Be a lot more helpful if you'd stop yammering.
All three non-human speakers stop. If a book was able to look emotionally wounded, Jeffrey absolutely would.
Have you tried the door?
Yes.
Okay. I was only checking. I couldn't remember.
Oh, maybe one of my neighbors can help. These shelves are full of magical energy, so something's bound to be helpful.
Oh, no. I'm not touching any of that. Bad enough I'm talking to the shelf dressing.
Hey.
I'm not about to touch villain stuff with my own hands. I know what happens when adventurers handle evil magical objects. Our hero gets cursed with a binding spell. Or worse, bewitched by the allure of dark magic, leading to a descent into craven madness.
I think you're overanalyzing that, hun. I mean, Zenobal touches this stuff all the time and it never singes his hands.
Claws, Lucy, they're technically claws.
Are they claws anymore when he moisturizes them first thing in the morning and right before bed?
Skincare has nothing to do with taxonomy.
Lucy rolls onto her feet and stands on the bed, cat stretching.
My point is that these things are harmless to touch. Almost nothing in the castle is really that dangerous, unless you want it to be.
I find that hard to believe. I'm locked in a dragon wizard lair, in a monster's bedroom. I know what happens next, and I'd say it's dangerous.
Oh, honey, no, don't worry. You're definitely not his type. He'd take a Lancelot over a Guinevere any day.
Oh, he probably just ran out of the room in the dungeon because he's mid-process cleaning the place out. Oh, Annie, the laundress, says it's a downright mess down there right now.
Well, at any rate, this screams danger to me.
Lucy hops off the bed and walks over to the nearest shelf, then bumps it with her hip. A small flask falls down onto the carpet intact. Lucy rolls it towards Agatha with her snout.
Want to guess what's in this bottle?
Acid? Poison? Souls of the damned?
Mouthwash. Zenie's terrified of gum disease.
Agatha picks the bottle up, opens it, and takes a cautious whiff of its contents.
Okay, fine. This isn't dangerous, but how do I know what's safe in this room and what's not?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. We can help you. There's only two things I can think of that we should avoid, and I doubt that you'll need them.
Agatha puts the bottle back on the shelf, using a sleeve to wipe away any residual fingerprints on it.
All right, if you're so sure, then what's your suggestion?
Maybe you can break the door down.
Frank, you know how much money Master Zenobal spent on the wood for that door? It came all the way from Archives Pass. It's carved out of a tree that's since gone extinct.
If you have a better idea, I'm all ears.
All right, give me 1 second.
Lucy moves some debris and tripping hazards out of the way as Agatha picks up a quirky-looking shield. She takes a deep breath, then runs screaming at the door, only to trip over the laces of the shoes next to the bed. ricochets off the door, and falls to the floor. Lucy winces.
Back to the drawing board.
Maybe grapple?
Gesundheit.
I mean, you can make a grappling hook. Maybe you can use it to grab onto something at the parapet across the way and then just shimmy down the outer wall.
But what would she grapple with?
Agatha looks around and sees a tassel hanging behind the halberd staff. Giving it a tug, she pulls it loose from the curtain. It's longer than it needs to be.
Okay, great start. But what are you going to use to stick to the wall?
Agatha takes a long look at Frank, then picks him up, tying the end of the rope through his eye holes before proceeding to the window.
Hey!
You have teeth and your jaw is very strong for a skull with no muscles. Frank, but you're too perfect.
Really? You think I'm perfect?
Agatha winds the rope up, then throws Frank and the rest of the rope out the window. We hear a loud thunk, and Agatha and the gang wince. Agatha pulls the rope back up into the room, including the discombobulated Frank.
Back to the drawing board, I guess.
Agatha unties Frank and gingerly sets him down on top of a chest of drawers.
I've taken psychic damage.
Oh, no, you haven't, dummy. You'd need to have a brain for that.
Ha ha, Jeffrey, ha ha.
Aha!
The gang looks at the suit of armor in the corner, Len, who turns his helmet gaze on them as if to ask what's happening.
Len, you scared me. I almost forgot you were there.
Len?
Len's a baby round here. Enchanted armor. He's a darling. Not all there, if you know what I mean, but if he had a heart, it'd be the biggest one.
Well, then, hello, Len, I guess.
She takes Len's gauntlet hand and shakes it and accidentally pulls the hand off. Len doesn't seem to notice, and she puts it back on. She looks at him for a moment before sighing and collapsing onto the bed.
How'd you even end up here, honey? We're a little out of the way for human types up here.
It was coming from my friend, Meg. Did by the dragon and taken here. I came to rescue her. Not that I can do that when I'm locked in here myself.
Meg?
I love Meg.
Oh, I had no idea she was so unhappy here. She never said anything.
Wait, you know Meg?
Of course we know Meg. She brings me extra bugs right before bed as a treat every night. I see what you see in her, I do. Goodness, I hope we didn't scare her.
Well, I haven't actually heard from her since she left. I sort of assumed, being taken by a scary dragon, that she'd want to be rescued.
You are quite a one for assuming things, I see.
Lucy shoots Frank a glare, but then turns back to Agatha.
Maybe you two need to have a talk. I know you must miss her, but maybe there was a misunderstanding. Maybe that's why Zini brought you up here too.
What if it's not? You need to talk to her, to see her face.
Well,
All eyes but Len's turn to Jeffrey.
there may be more than one way to get you out of this room, but it's hard and it might backfire.
Anything to see her again. What do I have to do?
Jeffrey opens his book pages, flipping through his own pages.
It's tough to tell. Xenobar's handwriting is atrocious.
The pages abruptly stop.
Aha! It looks like you'll need the Gondrian amulet, a lit candle, a bowl, and a partner.
Agatha rifles through the cabinet, producing a lit candle and a bowl, setting them on a shelf.
What does the amulet look like?
It's the big scary thing on that top shelf over there.
All eyes turn to the most ominous necklace you've ever seen, glowing a dark purple light.
Are you sure about this?
I'm sure it'll be fine, dear.
Agatha takes down the necklace and places it with the other pieces, handling it as if it were potentially explosive.
Okay, now, just for the partner. What do you have to do?
A page flip.
Well, I think it says you have to hold hands and chant something.
None of you have hands.
But Len does.
Len perks up. Lucy runs to him, nudging him out to the middle of the room.
And now you just need a good head on your shoulders.
Lucy runs to Frank, grabbing him with her mouth.
Hey,
Lucy scales Len, putting Frank inside his helmet and adjusting his placement.
hey, all right, I could get used to this.
Okay, what does it say we should do with all this?
Well, I'm having trouble making it out, but I think you need to stand the candle in the bowl and sit around it first, and then you put on the amulet, Agatha.
Agatha and Len do so. Lucy takes up her position atop the foot of the bed to watch.
What now, boss?
A page flips.
Well, this either says silence drowns the sound, or someone put me down.
Silence drowns the sound.
Beats me.
Beat. Then Lucy gasps.
I know where that's from. It's in his meditation tapes.
Tapes?
Don't worry about that. It's magic-y stuff.
He repeats that over and over when he's stressed, and it seems to calm him down.
So what do we do with that?
Well, maybe you need to meditate.
Agatha takes Len's hands, closes her eyes, and starts to hum.
Silence drowns the sound.
Silence drowns
the sound.
The amulet starts to vibrate and change color to blue, then bright green. Len seems to laugh without sound before joining in on vowel sounds.
Silence drowns the sound.
The amulet sparks light, enough to startle but not to burn, crackles, then stops abruptly.
Ugh, it'll never work.
Lucy hops down and into Agatha's lap, nuzzling her stomach.
I'm sorry, hon. I know this is stressful. I know I wouldn't like to be locked in someone else's room.
No, it's not that now.
What is it, honey?
What if she wasn't abducted at all? And she didn't send word, isn't that she was kidnapped, but that she doesn't want to see me.
Oh, my dear, that can't be true. Things are usually so busy around here. She's probably lost track of time.
Yeah, and I can't imagine anyone not wanting to hang out with you. And that's coming from someone you threw at a building.
Really think so, Frank?
I really do.
The amulet starts turning pink.
Ah, that's it. You mustn't have to say the line after all. It's just to help you relax.
Breathe, honey. You can do it.
Agatha takes Len's hand with one of her own. She hesitates with the other, then uses it to pet Lucy, who curls a contented tail around Len's foot to complete the circle. Agatha closes her eyes and takes a deep breath before opening one eye to Jeffrey, who nods to her. Both eyes close again. She breathes slowly and deliberately, and then meditatively. The amulet turns pink, then yellow, then white, lifting off her chest. We hear a sound like a soap bubble popping as the door unlocks and gently glides open.
Aha!
Agatha opens her eyes and sees the door. There is much rejoicing.
Yes. Oh, thank you all so much.
Agatha hugs them all in turn, taking Frank out of Len for his turn before replacing him back in the helmet.
Anytime, Agatha. Now go to her. She'll be so happy to see you.
Agatha heads for the door, stops, then goes back to grab the rope from earlier. She scratches behind Lucy's head and kisses Frank on the top of his head for good measure, then checks her corners outside of the door.
No guards?
Nope. Xenoball says they send the wrong message.
Huh. Okay.
Agatha looks down the stairs and turns back.
There's no way she's down there. Are you sure?
Yes. Now, what are you waiting for? Go to Meg and tell her we love her too.
Agatha smiles and takes off down the stairs, exiting.
You know, I was starting to really like her. It's a shame she couldn't stay.
Oh, I'm sure she'll stick around just like Meg did.
How do you know that? She seemed pretty determined to leave.
She hasn't had Zenny's chocolate cookies yet. Anyone would stick around for them.
Oh, we ought to get you some taste buds so you can try them too, Frank.
All four chuckle as lights fade. The end. Oh, that was so cute. Yay. Thank you so much, guys, for reading that. Awesome. So we are now to our last play of the evening.
All right, everyone. This is a real doozy of a play, so buckle up. We're really excited about this. This is written by Sean Cheeky and Julie Greiger, two friends of GBP who've been working with us. Julie's been working out with us since Spooky One Acts last year, and Sean has started working with us during these quarantine quarter times. We're really excited that they wrote a play starring themselves, which will be played, Sean will be played by Nick Edwards, and Julie will be played by Audrey Grout. And then also starring Ellen and I will be playing ourselves. And then the Splooties will be played by Layla Gentil. So, and I will also be reading the stage directions. So this is going to be super fun. So hang tight. We do know that the slideshow's a little wonky. Looks like we just fixed it now. So cool. Yep, thanks for hanging in. Thanks for hanging in there. And we're gonna start The Magic Skull by Sean Cheeky and Julie Greiger. The interior of a bedroom. Night.
Did it work?
Turn on the lights. I can't see anything.
Julie switches on the lights with a soft, warm hue, illuminating a private bedroom. Julie holds a bronze skull in one arm. It is double the size of a human skull and has jewels encrusted on the eyebrows, ridge, and forehead.
I'd say it worked. All right, this skull is magic.
Do you think we landed in Maddie or Ellen's bedroom?
Judging from all the Tom Petty posters, I think it's safe to say we're in Maddie's bedroom.
Sean swipes a $10 bill from the desk drawer and puts it in their pocket.
Wow.
Keep your voice down. Somebody's going to hear you. Maddie could be downstairs.
Does Maddie have any roommates that we should be worried about?
Julie locks the door.
If the magic skull worked enough to get us here, then there's no way she's down there. We switched places with her, remember? Because magic.
We're going to make history here. If we can pull this story off, we'll be revolutionaries. We rescue the masses from quarantine, provide a fresh reality with a bold new vision.
Transcend through every layer.
One step at a time, Sean. We gotta be quick. We need to find what we came looking for and then leave through the window.
Sean pours themselves a drink on Maddie's desk.
Oh my god. Look at this pile of scripts in her trash can. You think any of mine are in there?
Well, we can only assume.
What are we looking for again?
Splooties.
Splooties?
We just need 5 splooties and a couple more things. And then scram, we're out of here.
Sean paces around the room. Julie is still muttering to herself and petting the skull.
Maddie's gonna be real mad if we break the...
Don't worry about it. She will probably be more confused than anything.
Julie opens the closet. Sean looks under the bed.
Look how many unmatched socks are under here. It's like all the unmatched socks. Like, some are heavy wool socks, and some look like baby socks, but no matches. Any skeletons in the closet?
Julie pulls out a tall, half-melted candle from the closet, encrusted with the same colored gems as the skull. Julie takes out a match, strikes it against the skull, and lights the candle with the flickering flame. Julie sets the lit candle down by the window.
So far, so good?
Maybe we shouldn't.
You're being too loud. Silence drowns the sound. Let's just finish the quest and leave.
Silence drowns the sound? Isn't that from BoJack Horseman, Season 6, Episode 15?
The ground rumbles. Furniture begins to shake and rattle.
Julie, I'm getting kind of dizzy. I don't feel good.
Sean loses their balance and falls, hitting their head. Lights fade to black. Lights rise. Cue intro music. The lights now have a cold blue hue. The Tom Petty posters are replaced with bulletin boards which are covered in chaotic note cards connected by red string. Sean lays in bed. Julie hangs over them with a white flashlight, shining it in Sean's eyes.
Can you hear me? Are you awake?
Uh-huh. What happened?
6 months ago, you broke your skull in a freak accident and suffered a permanent brain injury. You're lucky to be alive. Every day I come and tell you this. Have you seen 50 First Dates? It's like that, except not cute and fun.
What about the magic?
Oh, Lord. You've been hallucinating again?
Julie, you introduced me to the magic skull. You!
I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. It sounds like you need to up your dosage. I don't know how much longer I can keep living with you if you're going to get like this every goddamn day. This isn't fair to me. I don't deserve this, dealing with you and your injury. I can't be your nurse for the rest of my life.
Julie grabs and pours a dozen colored pills into her hand.
Wait, Julie. We came here on a magical quest. Don't you remember?
I have much more important ways to spend my quarantine than going on magical quests with you, Sean.
Laugh track.
So whose room are we in right now?
This is your room, Sean.
Laugh track. Sean gets up and walks out into the audience.
And who the hell are all these people? How long have they been there?
Sean touches the shoulder of an audience member.
I don't see anyone, Sean. You're having another episode.
Sean makes eye contact with multiple audience members.
Julie, the last thing I remember was that we were in Maddie's bedroom looking for sploogies.
Julie stares at Sean for a beat. With a loud thud, the bulletin board falls, revealing the Tom Petty posters. The lights change back to the warm hue. Julie picks up the skull from behind the bed.
Good. You're back. I was scared. You took a nasty fall there. But check this out. I found almost all of the splooties.
Julie holds up 4 splooties.
Is this real?
Yes, this is real. The magic skull is real.
How did you find the splooties?
Sean, I don't need to explain or validate my accomplishments to you. Now, can you help me look for the shoelace so we can get out of here?
I think I've taken psychic damage from that fall.
I'm knee deep in this magical skull bullshit here, and I have to admit, it's pretty jarring. I'm getting a little overwhelmed too. This is serious business. We need to stick together and hold tight so things don't get too crazy.
When did we find the necklace?
Sean is wearing a golden necklace encrusted with colorful gems.
You found the necklace! The magic is working, Sean.
If I just go in circles enough times, does that help?
Sean walks in circles.
Yes! It's helping me gain enough power to summon a shoelace.
A puff of smoke.
We're doing it!
Sean continues to walk in circles more fervently.
Who keeps a pineapple in their bedroom? It doesn't even make any sense.
Uh-oh. Sean, too much magic. Too much.
It's for the grandmas.
Sean, you're really pushing it.
Sean is running in circles.
Don't you see? This is just a play. This isn't real. These are all just props.
Sean, stop. You're going to break it.
Sean trips over their shoelace and falls over, knocking one of the stage walls down.
Oh no! The fourth wall!
That wasn't the fourth wall. The fourth wall is over there.
Sean points to the audience. Laugh track. Cut! Maddie enters wearing a director's cap. Hey, can we do it again? Starting from the top. Sean lifts the stage wall back up.
Was I good? Should I point with my left hand or my right hand?
Sean, it's all a bit much. Left hand. Julie, you were perfect. Okay, people, from the top. Sean resumes going in circles.
Don't you see? This is just a play. This isn't real.
Sean, stop. You're going to break it.
The stage wall falls down.
Oh no! The fourth wall!
That wasn't the fourth wall. The fourth wall is over there.
Sean points to the audience with their left hand.
Oh my god. The magic skull. Where did it go? We did it all backwards. It was supposed to bring our plays into real life, but instead, it's turned real life into a play. Too much magic.
Laugh track.
We have to escape this nightmare while there's still time.
Laugh track.
If only you hadn't hit your head. I think that...
What?
Oh, sorry. I see that was Julie's line. I don't know why I had it highlighted. Sorry. Should we take it from the top?
We don't have time. Just keep going.
If only you hadn't hit your head. I think that set off a cataclysmic chain reaction. Now, I don't even know what the real timeline is anymore.
Blackout. Cool-hued lights rise. Bulletin boards. All magic props hidden. Sean is in bed wearing a straitjacket. Julie is feeding Sean pills.
Every day with this? That's it. I'm leaving you.
Another loud thud. Worm-hued lights. Tom Petty posters. All and more magic props out. Sean rips off the straitjacket and begins drawing on index cards with broken red crayons.
Reality is breaking, Sean! We have to get out of here!
Magazines fly off the bookshelf and flutter through the air of the room. Ellen grows increasingly skeptical of the logistics and practically is out of ideas. How are we going to do any of this?
I have a projector. I can project animations on the wall.
And what are the splooties supposed to be?
Hi, I feel like I should interject here. I can speak for myself. Sean suggested I look like sour gummy worms, but I can be anything, really.
I saw it as a funny placeholder, but we never ended up actually fixing it.
This isn't Mad Libs.
It's okay. This is why we workshop.
The ground rumbles.
Are you telling me in this dimension you wrote this play? You picked me as a character? What the fuck?
Don't undersell yourself, Julie. We both wrote this.
The ground rumbles.
Sean, stop.
Hey everybody, we're just having some technical difficulties here with our Facebook connection.
Oh, I should never have more than one screen open at a time. I got confused. Are we at the bottom of page 11 or 12?
Can everyone mics? I'm getting some feedback.
Sean, I think we went too far with the magic skull and it broke reality permanently.
Oh my god, you're right. I can't follow this at all anymore. Hey, Maddie, is this your necklace? I really love it.
Yeah, I've been looking for that. Where'd you find it?
It was in the bottom drawer of your dresser, next to all the sploogies.
Can you not look through my stuff? I don't know why I agreed to do this on location.
Is right now, like, part of the story? Or is it a break from the story?
To be honest, at this point, I'm not even sure if I know.
Can we try it from the ground rumbling again? The ground rumbles.
Sean, stop.
Hey everybody, we're just having some technical difficulties here with our Facebook connection. Just hold on 1 second.
Oh, I should have never had more than one screen open at a time. I got confused. Are we at the bottom of page 11 or 12?
Can everyone mute their mics, please? I'm getting some feedback. Is everyone wearing headphones?
How long does this go for?
Another few pages.
Laugh track. Well, we really tried, but I think you just need to trash the script and start over. I appreciate the creativity, but it's just going to confuse everybody.
She's right, Sean. I wrote this with you, and I'm still confused.
Yeah, who are you trying to be, Justin Pope?
Why would you set your play in my bedroom?
I was just working with the prompts. A skull? How was I not supposed to make it a narrative timeline bouncing magical device?
The winning plays will be read at 6 p.m. this Friday. Maybe you should hear how the other writers handled this.
Where's that candle I lit?
The lit candle falls and the stage wall catches fire. Flames tower to the venue rafters.
Fire! Fire!
You aren't allowed to yell fire in a crowded theater.
But it's an actual fire!
The fire alarm goes off. The audience is evacuated out of the building through the emergency exits. Ellen informs the patrons that there will be no refunds and that this was all indeed part of the act. The audience is not allowed back into the building to collect their personal belongings that they left behind. Yeah, there's no way we would ever do this, Sean.
You need to produce this, or else that means we don't exist, and we'll be stuck in the script forever.
You know, that Patreon is feeling a little light. Maybe a donation or two.
I'll get my wallet. If it makes a difference between existing or not, I can pay my way.
I'll spend a couple of afternoons reviewing this script with you, but I'm not paying for this.
Cue Facebook notification ping sound.
Zach, you're doing a great job with the sound effects.
Sean disintegrates into the floor. These projected animations really open things up, huh?
The projector has been broken this whole time. This is real.
Sean reappears and grows 2 times their size, cuts their head off, and polishes the skull off, revealing the colorful gems on the forehead, and hands it to Julie.
The magic skull! It all makes sense now.
It definitely does not. Sean regrows their head and shrinks back to regular size. Ellen gave up on trying to follow along and is just reading words now.
We need to reverse the spell of the magic skull, or else we'll be stuck in writer's hell forever. Sean, you clearly seem to have the best idea of what's going on. How can you explain all of this?
I want to be part of the play.
That's all you can say? You aren't going to be more specific than that?
I want to do plays now. I thought writing this would be fun.
This is your idea of fun?
Next week, I'll do a serious submission.
So the magic skull, it was nothing but a narrative device the whole time? We've never been anything but words on a page?
And since there's no way of this submission is ever going to win, as soon as we stop talking, we'll cease to exist.
But I don't want to die.
Our only chance at life would be reincarnation by reading the script again a second time!
We're screwed. We've been reduced to a sequence of shapes. You look like an emoji.
Sean looks like the mouth wide open emoji.
I already feel insignificant.
At least we have each other.
There's a bunch of weird emojis on this page. I don't know how to read them.
Hey everybody, we're just having some technical difficulties here with our Facebook connection. It should just be a second.
You know what? Let's just call it and move on. I can't read this anymore.
That's it.
Oh my god. That was incredible. I mean, I'm gonna just post in here, as long as it's cool with Julie and Sean, the emojis at the end. I don't know how to describe them, but they were very funny.
Yeah, we got to the top of that page and I go, oh no, what's she gonna do?
My brain broke halfway through this. So,
oh no.
Yep, there it is, everybody. That's what the script looks like. But thank you so much for joining us. I wanted to say one more time, Ellen, Layla, and I are so grateful you tune in every week with us. We really look forward to putting this stuff on. Really huge special shout out to Katie Schwebka, Ryan Schlia, Sean Lewis, who happens to also be Sean Cheeky. My mind has just exploded. I don't know what's going on.
We didn't know.
Didn't know that. And Wayne Conover for being patrons. If you liked what you heard tonight, or if it confused you, or if it intrigued you, who knows? Please take a look at our Patreon. We'll put a link in the comment box below. $5 goes a long way for us. We're looking to pay our actors and to, buy spaces and rent spaces, not buy them. We don't have that kind of money, but rent spaces and put on the best shows that we can, and it's really going to help us out for next season, and it's really going to help us out for this podcast that we're trying to get off the ground as well. And you can you can get some really cool prizes and everything. We do have our next prompt going out tonight, and because all of you listeners are so loyal, you get to hear it first. They will be emailed out at 9:00. If you know anybody who wasn't able to make the reading tonight that is looking to read, have them email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. Elle, do you want to talk about the prompts?
Yeah, I have them pulled up right now. So if you want your prompts early, you can grab a pen or your laptop or whatever and write them down. So for each week, we do something, we do the same format every week. We have 3 lines of dialogue, 3 props, and 3 settings. Each play must use all 3 props listed, one of the settings listed. Please try to use one setting. It is possible to do a couple different settings, but it's pretty tricky for a stage play or a stage reading of a play, or reading of a stage play rather. But yeah, one of the settings is probably your best bet. And then at least one of the lines of dialogue. But you can use 2 lines of dialogue for a bonus, or all 3 lines of dialogue for a bonus. And this week, mini drum roll, the dialogue is number 1, just give it to me. Number 2, I'm too sad for pants. And 3, can you hold this? Props, a phonograph, a fake ID, and a phone, any kind of phone. And the setting options are an office, a summer camp, or a storage room or closet, depending on what you want. So I'm going to post this in our own little Discord here that we have the readers and writers. But if you do want those writing prompts and didn't get all of them up, just email us quick and we'll send it out to you with all the guidelines for writing. All the submissions are 10 to 15 pages for a play. The typical kind of standard submission guidelines for a 10-minute, 1-act play. But we will give you all of those guidelines in our email.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next Friday with another Quarantine Quarters. If you're interested in being a writer, as we said 100,000 times, everybody should write. Please email us. Also, if you're interested in being a reader, please email us as well with Quarantine Quarters reader or live reading, reader, actor, whatever you want to say. And just let us know that you're interested. And we'll put you on our list of people. We're always interested in working with people new to acting, have been doing it for 100 years, whatever. But thanks so much for joining us again. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.